Hey you guys. I can't even take myself seriously right now. Today, we are making cookies. Listen, I borrowed this chef jacket for an audition that I had on Friday, and I feel pretty legit now. I've spent the week basically making pizza dough from scratch and also baked goods, and I was like, you know what, I think that this is my new calling. I need to do this on my YouTube channel, so here we are. We're gonna make fucking cookies today, you guys. This is my favorite cookie recipe. Mind you, this is basically the only cookie recipe that I've made, but it's like across the board. People are like, Sam, Matt, Sam's mom, other people in the world, they love my cookies. These cookies, the ones that we're about to make. So I'm gonna show you how to make them. And in keeping with my whole theme on YouTube / in life, I'm not one of those YouTubers who has everything in like the cute little bowls. Like, this is real life shit. This is actually how I make cookies in my kitchen. And without further ado, I guess we'll just get started. I still have to pull up the recipe because you know what? It's not memorized and it's not my recipe, but I will shout out the person whose recipe it is. It's from allrecipes.com, and I think it's just called the best chocolate chip cookie recipe. Yeah, best chocolate chip cookie recipe. I do modify it a little bit, not like the chemistry side, but the amount of chocolate chips, and then I add in toffee, but you'll see. You'll see. Without further ado, let's get started and make some chocolate chip cookies together. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna preheat my oven, because like that's the worst thing that you can do is like get all your shit together and you're like ready to ball it up and put it in the oven, and then you're like, oh yeah, I have to wait 10 minutes for my oven to heat up. So let me do that. Also, I would just like to say, I am kneeling on a stool. I could not figure out how to get my tripod to like show me as well as what I was kind of doing down here. So I'm literally leaning on a stool, so I will have to stand up. Here's me. Oh, what the heck? Hold on. Well, I'm still in frame. I don't need this at all. Fuck that stool. I'm gonna preheat the oven. Okay, so I've preheated the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't know what that is in Celsius. Let's get started. I'm going to do my flour first because I feel like it. The reason that I'm doing my flour first, and I'm now remembering that it's pointless, so I wonder if I should even do this. I'm still going to. I don't know why. I am just like this creature. I'm drying this out because I just washed it. I'm doing my flour first because you have to cream the butter first. However, I'm going to show you a butter trick, so I won't actually have to use this measuring cup for the butter. But that's like, that was my whole plan, was that I wouldn't have to wash the measuring cup, because then like the measuring cup would be all buttery and then like it's just a bad time. Hey, should I tell you what's in these cookies first to tell you what you'll need? Probably. In this recipe, we have all-purpose flour, white sugar, brown sugar or golden sugar, semi-sweet chocolate chips, baking soda, boudin, toffee bits, white sugar. Did I already say that? I think so. Eggs, which are still in the fridge because that's where they live. So I'm just putting in 3 cups of flour here into this little bowl. Not into my mixing bowl. Wow, there's flour getting everywhere. If you guys are wondering why I'm like acting so weird, I just want like, I just want you to take a guess as to like what time it is and put it in the comments right now, because I feel like you can make it seem like it's any time of the day when you're like, when you have lighting and stuff, but I want you guys to take a guess as to what time it is while I scoop this last scoop of flour, and then I will reveal what time it is. It's 11 p.m. I worked out so much today. I went to like a totally different area of town to go boxing, and then an entirely different city to go to Orange Theory, and then I came home and I was like, oh, I have to film still. And here we are making cookies at 11 p.m. So if I'm a little bit off, that's why, because it's past my bedtime. But I'm still stoked. I'm excited that I get to have like cookies and almond milk before I go to bed. So there's that. Let me put that behind me, but not away, because I'm lazy. Where did that cloth go? What the heck? I remember when I was in cooking class, there was like this French word for clean as you go. And so now I try to do that, but I can't remember what that French word is. Let me know if you remember what that French word is for cleaning as you go. Okay. So my flour's over there. That's a dry ingredient, so I'm gonna leave it over there. I'm gonna pull up my little recipe. So then I wanna take my butter, my white sugar, and my brown sugar, and then I'm gonna put it in my mixing bowl, and I'm gonna cream it in my little KitchenAid. Can you see that in the frame? I think so. I freaking love it. It's not mine, it's Samantha's. She lent it to me because I wanted a baking career, and she said, hey man, if there's gonna be baked goods downstairs, I'm willing to donate to the cause, and she did. I'm gonna take my butter and put it into my mixer. This is my trick with butter. I can't believe how many people don't know this. Inside butter packages, I don't know if everybody does know this, and it's know this, and it's just like my circle of friends that didn't know, but inside here, there's like, hold on, I don't know, there's like measurements here. Isn't that crazy? So man, you don't actually have to measure your butter, and you don't have to get your shit all sticky. Ugh, it's so cool. So I'm just taking my butter knife and literally slicing that through. This has to be softened butter. So I did not put it in the fridge after I bought it, but I did buy this from 7-Eleven because I forgot it when I went grocery shopping, and then I dropped it on the floor, and only like the very corner of it split open. I'm so sorry, Sam, if you're watching this and you eat these cookies. Okay, I'm gonna quickly rinse my hands because like they still managed to get all gross from that, but that's a half a cup of butter in there. And the recipe calls for a full cup, so we're gonna put this other side in there. We are staying awake. Boom. Okay, so in there, 1 cup of butter. We're gonna take our white sucre and do 1 cup of white sugar. Sam and I were making cookies. I was making cookies, she was watching last night, and she was laughing at me because I level out all my shit, and I was like, baking is chemistry, yo. So you take the back of your knife and you make sure that you have a nice flush amount. Ooh, satisfying. You know who I love? Claire from the BA Test Kitchen. I know that everybody does, like it's not even like a hipster thing, but she's so sweet. I just like, I'm talking like I know her. She's like so bomb, and I kind of want to be like her, man. She has this series on YouTube called Gourmet Makes, and she makes gourmet versions of like popular tasty treats. Damn, dude, when she just knows how to like make different types of candy, and like, she's like, okay, so I know that this, like I just probably like cooked it too hot for like 1 minute too long. I'm just like, dude, you're so good at what you do. I'm literally just stirring this and mixing up this brown sugar because it's all clumpy, and then telling you guys a sweet little story. People who are passionate about like one thing and are like experts at one thing, I can't stop being obsessed with them. Like I just think that it's so freaking cool that people can hone a skill like so much. I don't feel, this is getting really deep. I don't feel like I'm a master at anything. I feel like my whole life I was able to do, oven's preheated. I feel like my whole life I was able to do pretty much anything. Like I was able to be like either a beginner or like moderately good at almost anything, but I never actually mastered any skill. I don't even think that I mastered bartending. Like I think that I was a really fucking good bartender, but it's not like I knew everything about every liquor, or like, do you know what I mean? Like I wasn't like a super Scotch connoisseur or like a sommelier or something. Like, I don't know, it's so cool. Anyway, it's getting a little deep for probably when you guys are watching this, which is not 11 at night. Okay, so I just put, I was scooping that brown sugar in there, and I'm just gonna pack it down because it tells me to. And I'm sure they taught me this in cooking class actually, like why we do this. What's funny is Sam and I, in high school, she had a spare, or she had art or something. I can't remember what it was. Must have been a spare. The same time that I had a cooking class. And so we would skip that class together. So I ended up skipping the majority of my cooking class. So I didn't really learn a whole lot in cooking 10. It was cooking 10. And I took arts and crafts instead. I had to switch out of that class because I was gonna fail. I'm gonna put this in here. Okay. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, so this is literally just butter, white sugar, and then our brown sugar. And I'm gonna put it onto my KitchenAid and cream it together. And then I'm going to add our eggs. But this is a lesson that I had to learn the hard way. You should never crack your eggs directly into your mixing bowl. I know that that's like so obvious, but if you get one shell in there, it's gonna be in there, and somebody's gonna eat an eggshell. So crack your eggs into a separate bowl, and then you can incorporate that into your mixing bowl. I thought I had a cute little like, is there stuff in there? No. Thought I had a cute little like glass container, but they're all in the wash. So I'm gonna use this Tupperware. And I'm gonna take my French golden yolks, and what am I gonna do with that? Take 2 of them. Whoop! Oh, whoop! Crickety crack crack. Oh, see, there's a tiny, tiny little shell in there. Come to me. You know when you're trying to like get something out of your bath water? I don't know if people take as many baths as I do, but you're trying to get something out of your bath water and then it just like keeps moving with the ripple of the water. That's what that was. Okay, is that another shell? You've forsaken me. Oh, I'm a pro. Ugh, I hate that little freaking umbilical cord thing. Okay, now that we have our 2 little eggs, we're going to add these one by one after I take out this last shell. Do you guys feel like I'm a really reliable source for cookie making now? Anyway, we're gonna add these one by one into the creamed butter sugar mixture, and I'm gonna confirm that on here. Beat in the eggs one at a time. Okay, I also forgot that there's vanilla in this. Okay, so we're gonna beat in these eggs one at a time and then add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I'm such a professional. Okay, now we're gonna take 2 teaspoons of hot water and dissolve a teaspoon of baking soda in it. Again, I don't know why we do this, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. I don't know. Maybe it like incorporates better because the baking soda is already dissolved in there. I also feel like a professional. Alyssa's saying why she's a professional baker without having anything to back it up in 10 minutes or less. I also feel like a professional because I can tell the difference between baking soda and baking powder just by looking at it, baby. So, I feel like that's pretty impressive. Should probably get my hair out of the way here. Yoink, that looks more professional. All right, that looks like a gross liquid now. Oh yeah, I need to do half a teaspoon of salt as well. Ugh, and see, here's the thing, is I only have salt in the grinder, so I literally have to like grind salt until I get half a teaspoon. Yeah, we grind and we roll and they ride and I'm home and I'm in love with a stripper. Okay. Here we go. That's my half teaspoon of salt. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put these in the little mixture. Wow, that kind of like settled. It doesn't really seem like it's dissolving. I wonder if the water wasn't hot enough. Okay, now I'm going to incorporate this flour that I put in this bowl for no reason. I'm gonna incorporate this slowly, so like we'll try to do like 1 cup at a time or whatever, just as the mixer's doing its little mixy thing. And I'm gonna do that now. Okay, so next the recipe calls for 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips, but I don't agree. I think that's a lot of chocolate chips, man. So I'm gonna do probably like 1.5, or maybe just like 1. We'll see. Okay, yeah, let's do 1.5. Okay, and then I'm gonna add my little Score toffee pieces. These Score toffee pieces are really what makes these cookies for me. I'm gonna grab them out of the pantry. So I bought these little Score Chip-Its toffee bits, and they really take the cookie game to the next level. They just like, just eating them alone is so good, but when you put them in the cookie, they get like almost like caramel. Oh, it's so good. So, what am I gonna do? Half a cup? Which is like all I have left. Yeah, half a cup. That thing's heavy, man. Okay, so now I have my cookie dough. I can't wait to eat them. You can put marshmallows in here as well, and it's really tasty. I just don't like to because honestly, I'm a little lazy, and it's really hard to get them off the pan. I didn't know where to put that. Hard to get them off the pan when you cook the marshmallows in, but Sam really likes them with the marshmallows, but I made those ones last night, so I'm just gonna leave it like this for today. But then they kind of become like Rocky Road situations. I'm gonna eat some of this cookie dough. That's so good. I ate cookie dough my whole childhood, and I've never gotten food poisoning from it. Not that I'm suggesting you eat cookie dough, because there is raw. That was a weird crunch, but it was probably toffee. Because there is raw egg in there, but that's a damn tasty treat. Take a look at that. Yum. Let me text Sam and ask her if she wants me to save her some cookie dough. Okay, let me clean up a little. And then we can begin to assemble our little cookies. Okay, so I think Sam is sleeping because it's almost 11:45. I'm going to save her some cookie dough. So I'm just gonna scoop out, well, how much? I just don't know. Maybe this much? That seems like a lot of cookie dough. That's probably enough cookie dough. I can always make more. Okay, so that's Sam cookie dough. We can start making our little cookies. Okay, so here I just have regular parchment paper. Okay, so I really just take like little balls. I like little cookies, honestly. So just like this size. Let me show you up close. Anyway, and I just like roll it in my hand. Is this good content, you guys? You like this? I need to go to bed. And I'm just gonna plop it down on my little thing, my little cookie sheet. These cookies actually don't spread out a lot, so you can kind of just like, not put them super close together, but they're not bad. So I'm doing 4 in a row. You know what, I might only do 2 rows though. Gosh, if I'm only making 8 cookies at a time, this is gonna be a pretty long excursion. Like, what if I just like took a bath, but got out every 10 minutes to like do this? I wonder if I can fit another row sneakily there. I'm finna. Okay, so I'm gonna do 4 across, 3 down. Sounds like I'm doing a crossword puzzle. And I guess we'll just see how it goes, kinda. Okay, here's our masterpiece. Wow, that's oddly satisfying. I do feel professional in this moment. So I'm gonna put these in the oven that we preheated to 350. I'm gonna do it for 11 minutes. The recipe says 10 minutes, but it's really just not enough time. Once they cool, they really like cook through, but when you take them out of the oven, they literally look raw still. But I really do find that 11 minutes is like the perfect amount of time for this recipe, so that's what we're gonna do. All right, and I'll see you guys in 11 minutes. You know what? The first 11 minutes is up, and I think it's gonna look cooler if I do all of these and then show you like a giant plate of cookies. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna continue doing exactly what I just did off camera. I got a lot of dough, so it's gonna be at least an hour. For you guys, it'll be but seconds, but I'm ready for this endeavor. I'm willing to do it for the satisfying feel of a plate of cookies, you know? Like a big like heaping plate of cookies. Okay, I'm gonna eat a little bit more of this and let's get to work. That's it, you guys. These are my chocolate chip cookies. Was that interesting? These are the chocolate chip cookies. I'll leave the recipe link in the description box. The only thing I changed was I just added less chocolate chips and added, I just realized my dryer's going because I was doing laundry while I was cooking these cookies. Please hold. That's probably better, hey? The only thing that I changed in the recipe was I added less chocolate chips and I added more toffee. I did just flick away a grunt hair. I tried to be sneaky, but then I remembered it was recording and you guys could probably tell. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun baking these, even though I'm so tired. I love that it smells like cookies in here now. Like, it just makes me feel like I finally have that like wholesome childhood that I always wanted, and I'm creating it for myself, and I like that. I feel good about that. Let me take a bite out of these. The bottom ones are the ones I cooked first. Look at that. That's like the perfect bite. How do beauty gurus do this? Sam, help me. That's a good cookie, man. I feel good about sharing this recipe with you guys. If you guys make these cookies, let me know. If you want me to bake anything else, let me know. If you never want to see a video like this again, let me know. Other than that, you guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.